to my channel, Denise the Sloth Source. It's your girl, Denise. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you just happen to click on my video and you have not already done so, please consider subscribing to my channel. On here, I will share sewing videos, thrift hauls, pattern hauls. I know it's been a minute since y'all seen the pattern haul, but your girl got one coming y'all way later on this week. In addition to that, I also share thrift finds. I share you all, since old Joann's have closed, I show you all fabric alternatives where you can go and find you some fabric. You like your girl, you want to put your hands on that fabric, touch it, feel it, see how it's going to look on you. I got you. All right, Spence. All right, everybody, let me get into why you all are here. Well, in this video, I'm going to walk you all through the process of how to make Simplicity 9924 on making view B. This will be my second time making view B. I made it the first time using a camouflage skirt. I will insert the video out, the pictures, image, or the thumbnail here for you all to check it out. Excuse me. In addition to that, I'm going to show you all my process from like day 2. Because day 1 I did not record because your girl was trying to press. Day 1 I pressed my fabric, had to press my pattern pieces and get everything ready so I can start this video with you all. So the first part of it you're going to see, I'm going to actually be cutting out my fabric pieces so that I can go ahead and mark. I'll go ahead and clip my notches and mark any dots that are required or any darts as well that are required to make this sewing pattern. So that's the process you're going to see first. Next up, your girl is going to take it and go ahead and take the pieces that need to be interfaced. I will be using this interface, this fusible interfacing that I purchased from, guess where, y'all? The Dollar Tree. Only $1.25. It is 20 inches and it's 1 yard of interfacing. When you cannot go. When the craft, yeah, if you do not have a craft store near you, I highly recommend you pop into your local Dollar Tree. Not all of them have them. I'm realizing that. Not all of them sell the fusible interfacing, but I have used it and I can tell you I like it. So when your Hobby Lobby or your Walmart doesn't have it, you can always pop into a Dollar Tree. At least I can speak for myself on that behalf and get you some fusible interface on the $1.25. Still have some left. So you will need, for this, you will need, in order to make this pattern with me, you will need a sewing machine or a serger or both, if that's your choice. You will also need some matching thread or thread that is similar to it. You know, you're going to need a sewing machine. I am currently using the Singer Simple 3337 sewing machine. I absolutely love it. I have been using this bad boy for 4 years. I keep her clean and everything, and she's doing well. Now, I'm going to get back to the pattern. So you will need a sewing machine. You will also need some rotary cutters to cut out your fabric. I use these right here that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. Y'all see that? No, this is not sponsored, but however, your girl like to go into Dollar Tree and find little unique finds to add to my sewing room. So I have that. I have my rotary cutter. You will need some pins or wonder clips as well, something to help attach your fabric. And you will need, what else am I missing? Just a good moment and patience, because guess what? We're about to get to this journey. And go ahead and interface yours. So first, you're going to see me cutting out my fabric once again. I'm going to interface the fabric once I have everything cut out. And then we're going to start the process. So let's get into it. All right, everybody. Let's get started. I didn't want to ramble on too much. I wanted y'all to actually see me doing some work. All right. Y'all hear background noise. My kids are in their room. One of them gaming, so. Oh, you can't see me. Let me get y'all back a little bit so y'all can see everything. All right, cutting out the right fly. You're going to grab your upper strap, B, and you're going to grab your lower strap. You're going to grab pattern piece number 19 and pattern piece number 20. Make sure before you remove your piece that you have already marked all your notches, your dots, anything you need to transfer. Now is the time to do that before you separate your pattern pieces, your fabric from your pattern pieces. Here we go. So I have 2, it says cut 2. They want us to fold this lengthwise. So we're going to stitch from here all the way up 5/8 of an inch and stitch here 5/8 of an inch and back stitch. You're going to stop stitching there. Leave this open. You're going to do what you do to the first one, you must do to the second one. Line them up lengthwise. You may use Wonder Clips, pins. I am using pins for right now because my Wonder Clips, they MIA again. For those who don't miss any action. I think the Wonder Clips hiding out over y'all. I'm joking, but it's something going on. I can't see to keep up my Wonder Clips. This is my stitching line. So the blue is my stitching line. The purple is my folding line. And I need to get my folding line on this one for some reason. She didn't transfer. I'm like, girl, you need to do better with yourself. So that's my folding line is going to be right here if everybody see that. I'll go ahead and mark it. And then we're going to turn those right side out. Key. Oh, you will need these as well. Forgot to say that. Go ahead and grab your 1-inch D-rings. I purchased this, I believe, last year from Hobby Lobby. Or this year. You will get your instruction on how to do it. So 2 pieces. You will need those for this part. Back y'all up a little bit. For some reason, there we go. Y'all can't see what I'm doing. I will take both of these to the sewing machine and show you all how to do it. And then you will finish the other one on your own, and we will resume back here to turn it right side out. Flip pedal. All right, we're gonna start 5/8 of the inch. This marks my 5/8 inch seam allowance. So I know once I'm there, I'll flush up against it. I'm a forward stitch, I'm a back stitch. Now I'm gonna stop. See, is that at my 5/8 of an inch? It is. I'll pivot. Go all the way down. All the way to the end. Back stitch. Back stitch at the beginning and the end. Once again, we're gonna trim this down, but right now, you're good to go to the next one. This is piece number 19 we're working on. It's the upper strap. Alright, everybody. Continue working on this. I will be back. Everybody, now it's time, once you return back from sewing, go ahead and trim it down to 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. I did mine best as I could down to that. Trim it down to 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Do not, that's why I trimmed mine down to at least. Do not cut through the seams. Your next step is to grab your 1-inch D-rings. And this is our next step to do this process right here. So first, you're going to take this, you're going to turn it right side out. And you're going to take it to the sewing machine and you're going to edge stitch like 1/16 of an inch away from the actual edge. I just eyeballed mine, everybody. That's the back of it. Give you an idea. That's the front. So, once again, I just kind of did like this. I'll be gentle. Make sure your stitches are tight when you're doing this, though, because if not, you're gonna pull some seams loose. My husband ordered one for me. It should be coming soon. All right. By trimming it down, it reduces the bulk. I'm gonna just work it out a little bit. Right side out. I'm gonna take it to my ironing board. I will press this flat. Don't forget this is your stitching line for this. All right. Now, once you get it out, I'm gonna put the corners out a little bit better than that. Using the end of a little tool that I have, I'm gonna stick it inside. All right. Now, line the edges. This is my sewing machine and press it. Take it to my ironing board, everyone. And press. All right. Once you press, you should have something that looks like this. Grab your D-rings. So first, we're going to take it. And we're going to take it to the sewing machine. And you're going to stitch around the edge. Let me show you all. Don't forget to leave the bottom end with the pieces open. All right, then you're going to go across this edge as well, everybody. You just remember this is the end you want to use. Leave the raw edge is the one that you want to use for your piece. All right. Slide them on. The good end. The end that's not left open. And we're going to actually slide them this way. There's a stitching line right there. I want these to be even. For some reason, one of my stitching line is off, y'all. There we go. For one, I'm putting it too high. Stitching line. So you're going to take this to your sewing machine. You're going to stitch straight across that stitching line. All right, let's go do it. Trying to make sure that that covers that, everybody. Don't forget the back stitch at the beginning and the end. Take these to your sewing machine. Remember I told you how to stitch 5/8 of an inch, leaving the end with the dots open. Now you're going to turn this right side out. This is going to be for your lower strap. Then next we're going to grab piece number 22, which is the gusset. You should have 2 of these. This is your next step. First, let's take your lower strap. Turn it right side out. And then you're going to take this to the machine and you're going to top stitch this as well. Pressing. Let's take it to the sewing machine. Show you all how to edge. I'll get it as close to the edge as possible without going. We're going to talk about that in a minute, y'all. I got to get that right on. I do not like how that looks. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and press it one more time. She's nice and flat. Your other pattern piece number 20. And once you've done that, once you have completed that, let's come back, and we will start on pattern piece number 22. Good. Everybody, it is the next day. Let me show you what we're going to work on today. Well, off camera, I had an opportunity to put the gusset around and attach the patch pocket and also my little D-rings. So let me show you all what I ended up working. I attached the flap. I constructed the flap, stuck it on here. I worked on my pocket. So today, this is what we're going to work on. And hopefully we get past this step so we can move on to the next step in our sewing process. Let's get her done. So you will need, for this step, pattern piece number 23, which is your flap. You will need pattern piece number 20, which is your lower strap for B. If you're making view B, these are the items you will need. And the upper strap for view B. Now, as of yesterday, we went ahead and attached the D-rings to this, and we stitched it down along the stitching line. Raw edges are pretty much just sealed with a basting stitch. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab the gusset. Oh, one more thing you will need. You will also need number 22, pattern piece 22, which is the gusset if you're making view B. All right, we're going to find that. We're going to first check to see where our notches are. You're going to take that and you're going to stitch along this gusset 5/8 of an inch on the sides with the notches. Once again, you're going to take it to your sewing machine, stitch 5/8 of an inch on the side with your notches. Once you do that, come back and we will resume. Stitching gusset pattern piece number 22. Once again, we're stitching on the side with the notches. This tape is positioned at 5/8 of an inch to kind of help me sew a straight line. Keep my stitching straight. Don't forget a back stitch at the beginning and the end. All right, snip your thread. All right. We are here. Now it is time to grab. We're back. Got your 5/8 inch stitch here. Now it is time to grab your gusset and you're going to attach. Hold on, everybody. Let me slide y'all back. There we go. We'll move these to the side. You're going to attach up the little dots here, and you're going to attach it there. So let's find. So you will need pattern piece number 20. Match dots. So my dots are right here. Match your dots. If y'all see my little blue dots, that's those right there. Oop, blue dots. So you're going to match the dots. My original ones are purple. Match my dots. Grab pins, clips, whatever you're using. All right, you're going to take it to your sewing machine. Make sure it's straight. Make sure that it's straight. Take it to your sewing machine, and you are going to stitch base from small circle to the other small circle. In this case, mine are blue. So let's go back to the sewing machine. And we're going to stitch. Hold on, let me line it up better, everyone. Okay, dot to dot. That way we can stitch straight on through. Now, baste it. Do a basting stitch. That is your longest stitch on your sewing machine. In this case, my longest stitch is 4. All right, do not back stitch at the beginning or the end. Head, pull it out. Snip. All right, here we go. Grab your lower pocket. Find your purple dots. Hopefully you have transferred those. In my case, there go my dots. Y'all see my dots. They kind of invisible right there, but we're going to make them magically appear. Line that up, line that up. Get me a piece of white chalk. Blue and blue. Oh, that might work. Let's see if this one works, everybody. Okay. Those are where my dots are. Okay, I can see those. You all may not. You all probably can't see it, but right side's facing. Match your lower dot with that. Take a pin or a clip and pin it. Okay. We're going to go here. I'm going to put my chalk back up just in case. Match your notches. Notch here. Notch. Right here, I will have to snip. I'm gonna just see, can I squeeze everything in? Because I'm too lazy to want to do it right, everybody. All right, let's snip this a little bit. Snip it a little bit without going through. Oh, shucks. So when you're done, you should have something that looks like this. You push that all flat because your goal is to stitch 5/8 of an inch around and trim your seam allowance. I'm going to trim mine down to 3/8 of an inch and come back. Show y'all how to change. Don't forget to change your stitch length back to a regular stitch. This is not a basting stitch. This is a regular stitch. Get the back stitch. Whatever you do, do not run over any pins. You will break a needle. Whatever you do, keep your strap out of the way. And y'all see what just happened. You cut slits the correct way, you wouldn't have that happen like I did. Don't be like me. Don't forget, we're going to back stitch at the end. All right, remove it. I can't find my little snippets, y'all. All right, so by the time you come back, you should have something that looks like this. Now, I'm going to trim this down. I'm going to trim down, make sure everything is clear out of the way. About 3/8 of an inch. I'm going to start at the circle and get at it. Helps reduce the bulk. I'll be like, Nish, you forgot. Yeah, I'm hoping. When I was at that store, I forgot. All right, so you should have something like this. Go ahead and take it to your ironing board. Press your seams, and then we're going to flip it out. Okay. Now there's a fold line on here. Do y'all see my fold line? So you're going to take this. You're going to flip it out. I'm going to take my seams. I'm going to press them towards the pocket. All right. That's my fold line. Take the whole entire thing, fold it down. I'm going to press it in place. Fold your fabric at the fold line. And now we're going to press it in place. Okay. Take it to your sewing machine and you will stitch along this basting. So top stitch along this edge. Try to catch it. So it's on here out of side to stitch it on the right side. Don't forget to back stitch at the beginning and the end. I'm using my 5/8 of an inch seam allowance to stitch this. All right. When you're done, you should have something that looks like this. Snip your ends. center is set to 5/8 of an inch. All right, we're gonna press this seam that we just stitched. Hopefully, yeah, repress these and make sure they're sitting where you need them. All right, now we're gonna fold this over 5/8 of an inch. So we got your seam gauge. Just a little bit more. Bam. Now we're trying to eyeball it. Let's see how accurate I was. Accurate. I am. Okay. Push that out. Push this under. Let's see what we're getting at. And you're going to stitch these edges. You can tuck the raw edge if you want to. I'm not pretty much worried about that. It's an edge stitch, so I'm going to do it like this. Have something that looks like this. Make sure when you stitch, your strap was out, still free. It's still free. Matching the dots. So there are dots on here. There's a dot there. You'll match that dot up with the lower one. So don't forget you also have your placement. Other dot. It's not working here. Alright, pick that up. I'm gonna work your way around a little line. If you like me, hopefully you was able to transfer your line a lot better than I did. We're going to flip this under. Right here. Go right there. There we go. Hold on. We're gonna match it. We're going to put this right here. We're gonna work the rest of it around. Alright, have it pinned, take it to your sewing machine, and you're going to stitch. You're going to edge stitch the edge. The edge stitch all the way around. Ooh, glad I did that, everybody. Yeah, girl's about to miss the area. It does not look the best, but it will turn out a lot better. Like it, like it. Not be this hard. Okay. All right, you got it. We're gonna stitch it. It look like when you're done. go to the sewing machine. Put right in there. Drop your foot, edge stitch. Close to the edge as possible without going off. Dot to dot. This is how I'm doing mine. And you're gonna stitch a triangle. Just like from right there. So everything is flat. Back stitch. And just going right on the ends of that. So you still have access to your pocket. Yeah, y'all. Can't tell me nothing. Liking it. Push this up. I got that off a little bit there. Come on. Okay. Grab your flap. You should have an interface side and a non-interface side. Right side, so interface side and a non-interface side. Right sides together. Matching dots. Take to your sewing machine and you're going to stitch 5/8 of an inch around. This is going to be your flap that goes here, and it's gonna. Okay, that's it. Drop my pressure foot. Forward, back stitch. Right, we're gonna trim the raw edges down to reduce what again, everybody? Bulk. Well, I can see, so y'all can see as well. Do not cut through the stitching. Check on my girls outside. You're going to press this down. I'm going to press it. Take it back to the sewing machine. I'm going to stitch from this dot to this dot. 5/8 of an inch. So first we'll press it. right. Now you're gonna do a basting stitch. I'm changing my stitch length to a 4. And I am going to baste. Just to keep the raw edges closed. Right. Pull it out. It's your upper flap. This. And we're gonna pin it matching the dots. Okay. You're just gonna baste from dot to dot. And you're gonna come back. All right. Come back, baste that there. Now what you're gonna do, you're going to take this and you're gonna match. So you're gonna flip it up and you're gonna match the dots. Put it on that stitching line right here. Put a pin. So when you're done, it'll flap down like, oop. When you finish, it'll flap down like this. And that'll be here. All right, so let's take it to the sewing machine. Stitch 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Stitch, make sure you're not stealing your basting stitch. I forgot an item for dinner. I forgot. Little stitch right there. Lift it up. Take it to your ironing board and press this flat because now you're going to go back and edge stitch through it. Which is 1/4 or 1/2 inch away. So I'm gonna line these up as well. Match. I'm just matching the notches. All right, everybody. It is the next day. I'm getting ready to insert my zipper. This is a zipper that I have. I do not want to drive 30 minutes into town to get a new zipper, so I'm going to use this one. I was like, it's close enough. I don't know where the other zippers that I actually purchased to go with this fabric, everybody. So your girl going to use what she got. Oh, it's a make it work moment. Okay, so now we're getting ready to install the zipper. According to the instructions, it says on the right side, clip into the dot, clip towards the dot 3/8 of an inch. I did that. And now they want you, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it to my sewing machine. I'm going to find that fold line. Here's the fold line. And I'm going to fold it back on that fold line on both sides. And then I'm going to work on inserting my zipper as close to the teeth as possible. Close to the teeth as possible without going through it. All right. Let me show y'all. For the 3/8 of an inch. So I actually have a little notch right there. And then I have that. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna go ahead and press this open and back. But for my sake, so you all can see what I'm doing, I'm gonna turn it sideways. And this way I can get my little fold that I want. Something like, oop, come on, this. If you can see that little line. So let me, it says use on the fold line. That's what I'm gonna do. Same thing over here. Got that, but you're gonna fold that back over, probably the same length. And then I'm just, so you still should be able to see your dot, small little purple dot right here. I'm gonna grab my zipper. I'm gonna take the safety pin. This is a used zipper that I ended up obtaining. I guess you say it was a lady about 5 years ago. I went to her home. She was giving away free fabric and pretty much everything. She was no longer sewing, and she wanted to have some, give it to someone, and I was the lucky candidate because I made it out there. I took my kiddos with me, and we went and picked the items up. All right, so it says a zipper pull. So my zipper is a little longer than what it needs to be. I may want to save this one.
3 days later.
Everyone, it is several days later, and it is time for me to attach my zipper to the front of my skirt. So let's get into it. Hello everybody, it's your girl Denise the Sloth Sewers here. At the moment I am working on attaching my zipper. I'm going to tell you this. I still have not mastered how to successfully install a fly front zipper. But your girl gonna keep practicing, because my motto is keep trying until you get it right, Denise the Sloth Sewer. So let's get into this sewing of your girls attaching the zipper. I'm gonna include some music to kind of carry you all through this process. And if you're unsure, please follow the directions of the pattern piece or how you would install your fly front zipper. says she finally getting it right. I am. My motto is keep trying until you get it right. Denise the Sloth Sewers. Now let me take this back to my sewing machine. Let me stitch along this little edge that I had issues with earlier. Yeah, y'all. Can't tell me nothing.
And I saw her video. Of course, I left her a comment, but it doesn't.
Everybody.
To be continued.